Although I had a good pregnancy, I ended up having to have an emergency C-section. When we were admitted to hospital, the team were fantastic, from student midwife to consultant. Everybody worked well together, and the communication and equipment used to monitor us were first class. But when we were sent on the ward to recover, that's when things began to go wrong. I had to repeatedly ask for painkillers. I was actually told I was a nuisance for asking for them. During the section, my baby's face got cut into, and on the recovery ward, the midwives mistakenly diagnosed him with jaundice. I couldn't successfully establish breastfeeding, and then they refused to discharge me until I threatened to feed my baby formula instead. No one came to tell me why I'd had a traumatic birth. It was only after we finally got home that I had to do all my own research in the months following the birth. As my baby had gotten tangled up in the umbilical cord when he engaged during the pregnancy, he'd stopped moving in the lead up to the birth. I learnt that this was very dangerous, but I hadn't been warned of this in any of the appointments in pregnancy. If I had been warned, then my baby may have been monitored in the lead up to the birth. I might have had a planned section, and therefore a safer arrival, but instead, my baby's heart stopped during the contractions when they induced me because the cord was strangling him. He was delivered unwell. This event set off a series of mental health problems for me that I was unaware I was experiencing. We had health visitors and nurses come into our home, dump their things, start pulling out needles, thermometers, bandages, rehearsed sympathy. They seemed to fly in and fly out 2 at a time, only to offer patronising statements. They mostly referred to me as Mum. Became a mum-shaped shadow of myself, full of the anxiety to be a good mum. It was just an onslaught of questions and statements. Oh, baby's lost a little weight. What are you feeding him? You really should be eating more to give baby the best milk. Are you going out enough? You both need to have vitamins. We'll see you again soon. I was so scared that they were going to take him off me. I started not to trust the health professionals that were constantly telling me what to do and talking down to me. I was having panic attacks and isolating myself from friends and family. It was only after I saw my own doctor, who'd known me for a long time, that I actually got some answers. He could tell that I wasn't acting myself and suggested I see someone for anxiety. I felt like a huge weight had been lifted from me. I started to understand why I'd not been feeling like myself. All those feelings of inadequacy, fear of failure, embarrassment. I could finally put a name to them. The traumatic birth had triggered postnatal anxiety, which manifested itself in constant panic attacks and irrational thoughts. This diagnosis came 2 years after the birth. Now I'm able to recognise when I may be starting to feel the anxiety and deal with it in a healthy way. Although I found the professionalism of many of the health visitors and midwives questionable, things have improved since having my second child. I would like to see a higher set of standards across the board though, teaching all professionals how to properly talk to, treat and inform new mothers, certainly around the mental health difficulties they might experience. We don't want to constantly feel patronised, condescended, ill-informed. We're all unique individuals with valid lived experiences. If professionals really want to listen and learn from us.